On the morning of my brother's wedding, I sat on a balcony 4,000 miles from home with his number already dialed. We hadn't spoken in 2 years. I was about to break that silence with one sentence and end the wedding before the vows ever started. My wife, Claire, and my brother, Mark, had been seeing each other for over a year before I found out, though not because I caught them. My own mother let it slip at a family dinner, thanking Mark for being so sweet and driving Claire to a doctor's appointment the month before, an appointment Claire had told me she went to alone. Neither of their faces moved. That's what told me everything. Not guilt, practice. That night, I went through what I probably shouldn't have, a year of messages, including an apology for almost getting caught at Thanksgiving, the same dinner where Mark sat 2 feet from me, laughing at my jokes, one hand under the table, texting her. When I confronted them, neither one cried. Claire said it wasn't planned. Mark said he'd tried to stop it, for my sake, like loyalty was something you get partial credit for attempting. I left 2 weeks later, for a job abroad I'd been sitting on for months, suddenly easy to accept. What I didn't expect was what they'd do with my silence. They didn't apologize to the family, they got ahead of it. Within a month, relatives were calling to praise how mature I'd been for giving them my blessing. My mother asked why I was being cold to Mark, since he'd told her we'd talked it through, though we hadn't spoken once since I left. Fighting that story from another continent would have only made me look bitter, so I said nothing, and nothing got mistaken for permission. I rebuilt quietly. New apartment, new language, a job that knew none of my history. I wasn't trying to heal fast. I was trying to stop flinching every time my phone buzzed. In that quiet, I learned something neither of them knew I knew. Years before me, Claire had done this exact thing with a married coworker, a story I'd once let her rewrite as a mistake she made young. Watching it happen again, to my own brother, I finally saw it for what it was. Not a mistake, a pattern. So when my cousin texted me the wedding date, not an invitation, just a heads up she felt too strange not to send, I never considered flying back. I didn't need a scene. I just needed Mark to have one true thing on a day built entirely on a lie. That morning, I called him. He picked up on the second ring. Aaron? His voice already had that breathless, overwhelmed sound of a man 3 hours from his own wedding. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't say Claire's name like it carried any weight at all anymore. Enjoy it while it lasts. She's got a type. Married men. Then I hung up. I found out the rest secondhand, through a family group chat nobody thought to remove me from. Mark confronted her in the dressing room. She hesitated half a second too long before saying it wasn't true. Guests were already arriving when someone quietly sent the photographer home. Months later, that same cousin gave me the last piece. Claire found out Mark had been seeing someone else the entire engagement. A coworker, careful texts, the same quiet architecture Claire and Mark had once used on me. I didn't feel triumphant hearing that. I felt something quieter. Recognition, maybe. The pattern I'd finally named out loud had simply gone looking for its next match. I never called again. I never needed to. Some people don't have to be confronted. They just have to be left alone long enough for their own pattern to catch them.